Hi, my name is Natalie Rose Blanco, and this is my video for assignment 17 on migrant workers' perspectives. So from my first scenario, I'm going to act like a mother from a Mexican culture from Mexico and someone else from another culture, another immigrant from, let's say, Japan, something like that. And about the injustice of how just because you guys speak different languages doesn't mean you can treat each other badly, you know. And for this scenario, let's say the mother from Mexico is trying to purchase something, but the Japanese person doesn't understand what they're saying because they don't speak the language. Sometimes they can be very mean, you know, like the mother will walk in and she'll say, hey, in Spanish, I don't know how to speak Spanish personally, but she'll say, I want to get this item, and the Japanese person will not understand because they don't speak Spanish, so they'll probably be like, get out of here, we don't know how to speak to you, you know. There's a lot of injustices, you know, and that they'll get frustrated, and that can be very bad, you know, like just because you're from a different culture, you could try to understand, maybe try to do something else, maybe write it out, but not to get mad and just send the person away because you're frustrated, you know. Sometimes that can happen, you know, with people that don't understand your language, and that is a very big injustice. Kind of like that scenario where that person was fighting with the Mexican woman and telling her to get out of here, you know, because they have different cultures and different things going on for them in this country that they get frustrated and angry. Another example would be a child going to school and the teacher doesn't understand what the teacher's assignment is, and just because they don't understand, sometimes the teacher could be thinking that they don't understand anything, or that they're not smart enough or they're not at the level they should be, but they do understand. It's just because they don't understand the language. So that's another scenario that someone could have. And they'll be placed into ELL programs or even ESC because they think that there's something wrong with them, but it's not that. Like, they're very intelligent. They just need to be able to express their understanding in a different way, and for the time being, until they learn English. And the teachers should be able to take that into consideration and make sure that there's resources available for those students, and not think, oh, just because they're an immigrant or just because they're not from here and they don't understand the language doesn't mean that they're not at the level they should be or they're smart enough, you know. So those are scenarios that I think that could be a big issue, you know, with migrant workers and families that immigrate, that they are just treated unfairly, you know, and they don't have the advantages we have as Americans. And so I think we need to take that into consideration and be nice and be careful, you know, like they're just trying to live a better life and provide for their families, and provide for their families and take care of their families, and they just want to be here because of the country that they lived in was not in the best situation, and so they immigrated here. And I think that's important to take into consideration, you know, those things, and to be mindful of that, and just be caring and try to understand, you know, how their situation, how hard it must be to be them. So that is my video, and that is all I have for today.